A silly story of Bondapalli. Story written by Shamim Padamsi. Pictures by Ashok Rajagopalan. In a tiny kingdom long, long ago, there lived a king and a queen and a prince. The king and the queen loved to eat, but not the prince. Every day he fussed. Awful! I don't want it. Take it away. The queen could bear it no longer. One day she marched into the royal kitchen, stomped her foot and wiggled a finger at the cook. Make something for the prince that he can eat, she roared at the cook, or it's off with your head. The royal cook was terrified. All night long he worked. He chipped and he chopped. He boiled and he baked. He sliced and he diced. He tried, he fried, and then he cried. Wah, I'm gonna die. Just as the sun peeped out the next morning, the cock crowed loudly. Cock-a-cock-a. The dog jumped up and fell on the cat. The cat jumped up and fell on the cook. The cook jumped up and fell on the spoonful of batter. Plonk! Into the hot oil it fell. It sizzled and swelled up into a round ball. The cook took a bite. It was crisp outside and soft inside. The royal family sat down to eat. The cook stood behind the door. He held his head tightly in his hands in case the queen sent it rolling. The hot golden balls were served to the prince. He sniffed, he nibbled, and he gobbled. First one, then another, and another. Wonderful, he spluttered, with his mouth stuffed. Yes, wonderful, declared the king. No, he said. Wonderful, shouted in delight. These are Bondas. With a sigh of relief, the cook mumbled, yes, Bonda, and scurried back to the kitchen. From that day on, the prince ate Bondas morning, noon and night. Everyone in the kingdom ate Bondas for morning, noon and night. And the people grew rounder and rounder, just like Bondas. They got stuck in the doorways, so they built houses with round doors, round beds, and round chairs. The kingdom was soon came to be known as Bondapalli. Everywhere in Bondapalli, shops sold Bondas, little Bondas and huge Bondas, sweet Bondas and salty ones. All sorts of Bonda for all sorts of people. Everyone was happy. They ate Bondas and danced and slept and ate some more. Life in Bondapalli was wonderful. When the news reached the neighboring king, he was very upset. In his kingdom, people were lean and skinny with long, sad faces. He wanted them to be round and happy and wonderful too. I will capture Bondapalli, he decided. And he sent out his soldiers with their lean, mean fighting machines. Call my army, Prince Bondapalli ordered his minister. The soldiers huffed and puffed to the palace. The prince looked at the soldiers. They were round like Bondas. How would they fight the lean, mean army? Follow my orders, he said to his ministers as he climbed to the top of the palace to see the enemy. But just at that moment, the cook came out with a pile of hot Bondas. The prince turned to look and down and down he went, boing, 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 bouncing. He fell down the steps, bouncing like a ball. Oh, that's the command, the minister thought. And on your marks, get set, bounce, he ordered the soldiers. And all the soldiers curled themselves up and began to bounce. They bounced out of the palace right into the battlefield. Boing. The enemy saw hundreds of balls charging towards them. Some thought they were gigantic cannonballs. Others thought they were monsters. They were very, very frightened. The Bondapalli soldiers bounced into the enemy. Boing. The lean soldiers stumbled and fell. Oof. The Bondapalli soldiers bounced between the horses. Boing, boing. The lean skinny horses tumbled and fell. Poof. The Bondapalli soldiers bounced all over the enemy machines. Boing, boing, boing. And the lean mean machines crumbled. Crunch, crash. The prince stopped the bouncing, stood up and straightened his crown. I'm hungry, he declared. He looked around and smiled. Everyone joined in. It's Bonda time. The royal cook ran out with mounds of hot bondas. The king, the queen, the prince and the people and the lean skinny soldiers with long sad faces sat together and gobbled up the bondas, and everyone cheered, "Long live Bondas! Long live Bondapalli!" The end.